All right, ready? I don't care about your feelings.
That was so off. You'd be left of Lenin.
I can't believe you said that. Oh, jeez.
You have no power here.
What? Just two brothers.
It's just two brothers.
And you talk about the cartels, and they are literally making billions of dollars during this. Not millions, billions of dollars, because they facilitate all the trafficking and all the people coming across the border. And you can think, oh well, not everybody is going to do that. They're just going to do that on their own. No, they can't, because they patrol the southern border on the Mexico side and like a gang turf. And if you come into that turf, they're gonna take you into custody, and you're gonna have to pay your way to get out of there or die. And so that idea that, well, not everybody has to go through the cartel it's just flat out not true, because they have just taken control of that area. And just in the news recently, they were shooting at Border Patrol from across the river. So there's a lot of cartel controlling all of that. There's people that are bringing massive amounts of drugs across the border because there's so much volume of people. And the cartels benefit. That is who benefits from this more than any other group of people, is that cartel makes billions and billions of dollars. One of the other things, too, that we could touch on quickly is, they talk about the United States is so, just a racist country, and everything here is horrible. And why is it that everybody wants to come here then? If it's that bad, why do people come here? Furthermore, why do people come here from countries like Haiti and Cuba? Those are already socialist communist countries, so that's where everything should be perfect, right? They should have everything completely, it should be as good as it can get in those countries. Why would you want to come to the racist United States?
Well, that's part of what I was talking about as well. If you really think that you are being humanitarian by letting these people coming over here, and you simultaneously think that America is a racist hellhole, and that everybody would be better if they were in Canada or Scandinavia or any other country except America, then are you really being humanitarian? Add on top of that, every illegal immigrant that comes over undermines every immigrant that comes over and does it legally. So I don't see any argument in saying that it is somehow humanitarian to just allow people to violate our own laws. That's another thing. Add on top of that, we institute these laws and then we don't enforce them ourselves. What does that say about us as a country? We don't enforce our own freaking laws.
Well, I don't think we've seen the bad part yet. I think that's yet to come. I think it's going to get worse.
Worse than the Haitian debacle that's currently going down?
Yeah, I think it's going to get worse. I really do, and part of the reason why I think it's going to get worse is they're gonna fight funding for this. They're gonna fight federal funding for this, and one of the things being in Texas, and I'm only a few hours from the border, is hey, I've heard that, well, Texas needs to do something. Well, that's it's a Texas border, but it's mainly a federal border, and that is the federal government's job. That's the funding source for that. Texas loses about $106 billion a year to the federal government. So why can't we get anything from them? Well, I think we know the answer to that. Is the federal government with a Democrat plank administration is going to do everything they can to damage Texas. And this is a great way for them to do it. And that's part of the reason why I think that this is being done the way it's being done. And now that's a little bit of a conspiracy, but I believe that they want to, it's a Texas thing. They want to do that. They want to damage Texas to try and flip it blue. And, I hear from many people that, hey, Abbott should be doing something about this. And well, he is, but you have to keep in mind that this is a federal issue. And hopefully he's going to be able to overcome this. I know they're talking about redoing or picking back up the construction of the wall. They're adding more Actually, state troops are being brought in, and recently I heard this on the radio. You can volunteer to go and work with the Border Patrol right now. You can just go down there. Yeah. I would love to see a bunch of people do that. That would be really something. I don't know that they're paying you to do it. I didn't dig that deep into it, but I did hear it on the radio. One of the state representatives was on the radio, and he was talking about that they've opened that up to volunteers. So hopefully, Texas will be able to overcome that. If we didn't lose $106 billion a year to the federal government, we'd have plenty of money, and we'd just do it ourselves here, because the federal government is worthless. It's absolutely worthless. They do nothing well. Not one single thing that the federal government does is done well, and this is a great example of it. We have a raging dumpster fire here. Now, this isn't the dumpster fire of the day, but it's going to continue to happen. This is going to go down and go down and go down, and I honestly think we're going to get to the point to where Texas is going to make moves to try and fix this situation. They're going to add people. They're going to do different things, and I think you're going to see. I really do believe you're going to see the federal government try to place injunctions on Texas to stop them from preventing this. I think that's the next round in this story.
Well, we'll see what happens. The Harris administration is apparently in charge of this, so we'll see. I have no idea what they're going to do yet.
Well, that's part of my great example. What's the one thing she hates most? Conservatives. That's the number one thing that she hates. So that why wouldn't she do this to flood them with all of this other stuff they have to deal with? That's exactly what.
Oh, that's part of the kind of the long-standing conspiracy is that this is all done on purpose. But maybe it is. I'm not sure. But here this